So today I'm going to talk about Cabinet of Infographic Curiosities, which is my love project, which I launched last year, September. Just a couple of words about myself, because I'm really sure that most of you don't know anything about me. I'm a data visualization practitioner, a former data journalist. If you are interested in my previous work, you can find me online. I'm also head of a visual journalism project called Attila, which we run with my partner Christian. And as I told you, I have a background in journalism, so this is where I started to do data visualizations. And from the beginning, I was very interested also in the theoretical background of data visualization and also the history of that. So at one point, I decided that I go back to academia, and my thesis was about the history of information graphics in Hungary and visual communication of data in Hungary. And in the beginning, I had an observation by autopsy that comparing with the Western production and the Western examples, the Hungarian production and quality was quite poor and low. But I couldn't be more wrong, because after a couple of years of research, I can tell you that the Hungarian history is rich and innovative, also creative, with beautiful examples of data visualization and information graphics. But that's for sure. If we can put out that there was a golden age of information graphics, as Michael Friendly put out during his researches, the Hungarian golden age was 20, 30, or even 50 years later, between the two world wars. And obviously, during the research, what I did, it gave me the opportunity to reflect on our history of information graphics, our common history. Because these remarks are quite general. I'm really sure that you already heard them several times, millions of times. But this was my final remarks also, that the research up to data until today was quite Western centric, and it followed the Western narrative. Obviously, it's not surprising, and if we will have time to discuss about it, we can go further about this problem. I found that the concept, how we talk about or how we narrate our history, is cyclical, dialectical. It's a little bit oldish type of narrating our history. I also agreed with Robert Kossara that we use the same images to tell the same story all the time. What is the criteria of importance? How we narrate, or what are the points we try to tell this story? The first, what is the impact? The name, the grandmasters. We try to build up this narrative about the grandmasters like Minard or Preifer, or beauty or aesthetic eloquence. So these were my questions after or during my PhD. And last year, in late summer, I decided to launch this Cabinet of Infographic Curiosities by several reasons. I had a couple of reasons. I already had a collection I started to download from archives around the world. I hope that you can see. And I accumulated hundreds of, at least for me, very, very interesting information graphics and data visualization. So that was that, okay, what can I do with those information graphics? Let's start to talk about or write about them. The second was that I already had a couple of publications on Nightingale, the Journal of Data Visualization Society, but only about the Hungarian history. I also was very highly inspired by R.G. Andrews' Chartography. We also had a joint publication about, and as far as I know, it was quite popular when Fascist chart, and I really liked it. And at last, not least, during my research in the couple of last years, I received extreme amount of support from RG, Jason Forrest, Paul, Michael Friendly, and also Alberto Cairo. So that was the basis or the background why I decided to launch Cabinet of Infographic Curiosities. So, and this is what it is. This is how the opening page of that. And the basic, I mean, the idea is quite basic: discovering and presenting unknown, lesser known, and rare data graphics, cartograms, visualizations, and also visualization ideas from all around the world. Now, I would be very happy, and let's see if we can figure out or manage it, that when I talk about all around the world, less from the Western world. So I would like to widening the body of examples from different continents, not only from the Western world. I also try to publish and write methodological articles, how to find, how to search, how to collect these. Obviously, we are talking about digital examples here and not physical examples. And I already conducted a couple of interviews with researchers and collectors. So for me, it's very important to understand and learn from their perspectives. So Paul and Michael, please be prepared to my questions in the near future. So right now, this is the geographic distribution of the articles or the examples, data graphics, cartograms of what I already published. As you can see, almost entire Asia is still empty, and entire Africa is empty. This is piety. I'm really sorry about it. And if we will have time, I'm going to tell you the reasons why. I mean, it's not difficult to figure out. So there are a couple of results or examples of the already published articles and findings or discoveries. So on the Cabinet of Infographic Curiosities, you can find a couple of presumably first findings, like the equal square tile map here from Hungary, which is a quite famous and infamous example, but also what could be the inspiration behind that. Oh, this is one of my favorites, the unusable first handbook on data visualization here, which is a German language one. So these are unique and okay, if we stick ourselves to this concept that, okay, let's try to find the first ones, I think they are quite good examples and rarities. But also I try to focus on small ideas, small steps, where this is what I find interesting. There's a small logic on putting together different units of which is quite similar to the isotypes logic, or again a very, very small idea here, the legend of a map on an entire page. So so this is all for now. I also have some plans, and in the next few weeks you will find or you can read a couple of new things, but I will keep them as a surprise. So I won't show you right now the things, but I also have a longer shot plans for the future. First and foremost, I would like to digitize my private collection here. What you can see, which was started a couple of years ago, but for some reason, I mean, it was very slow. So let's relaunch this year. I would like to publish also longer essays, reflections on our history, some maybe polemic ones, polemic essays on. And I would like to opening up Cabinet of Infographic Curiosities. So I wouldn't imagine it as a one-man show. So if someone would like to cooperate with me, or just publish their findings, I will be more than happy to open up Cabinet of Infographic Curiosities as a joint publication for everyone. Don't think in big, just publishing something new, something rare, something interesting from our history. And I also have some issues and remarks. Again, we won't have time to discuss, but again, after spending extreme amount of times to dig in archives in Asia, Africa, South America, Eastern Europe, Russia, this devesternization, colonialism, rewesternization concepts, which also reached our narrative. It would be great if we could think about at least these concepts and these criticisms of our history. This is just a remark to myself that unfortunately, for some reason, I couldn't find, and believe me that I spent not hours, but of half a year to dig in digital archives, women creators. It would be very important, but unfortunately I couldn't find anyone. I also would like to pinpoint or point out that there is a big difference in level of digitization, availability, and accessibility. And again, poorer countries, if we think about and just refer back, if you wonder why I didn't find anything from Africa, Central Africa, or Central Asia, or Latin America, or why I could find only a couple of things, that this is related to accessibility and the level of digitization too. I think that we need more local and regional research projects. I wouldn't think that it should be a standalone or again a one-man show. So we might put together maybe a regional research project for Central Eastern Europe, and just refer back to Paul's book, or even how Michal presented his works, his collection. I'm really sure that we need different narratives, not this just we have a timeline with images, but also comparative or juxtaposing the different examples from different cultures. So so maybe need to tell our story in a different way. But I can see very good examples right now as Paul's or Michal. So we are in a good track, I think. So that was all. Thank you very much.